guys, it's Tony with the National RV Training Academy, and today we're at the Dallas RV Super Show, and we're going to take you around and show you some of the cool things that we found and are excited to show you. This is really cool. You know, I got 2 dogs, 2 birds, a cat, 2 kids, and my wife. I shouldn't have put them in that order, but I don't know if they'd fit in that, but I would definitely love to do something like this one day. This is really cool. Oh, by the way, if you're ever at one of these events and you see us walking around and we have one of these, it's because it's full of stuff we give out. So come and get it. That's like the Texas thing. Come and take it. But don't take it. Just ask us. We'll actually give it to you. We're with Jason Solons, which is actually from Winnebago. So welcome to the nrvta.
Thank you.
So today we're going to talk about this new Mini Flex, and a lot of people have been kind of stern about this because it's actually off-grid ready.
Yep.
And so what makes it off-grid ready?
So 5 different systems that we're including in the Micro Series. It's going to be a 320 amp hour lithium battery coupled with a 3,000 watt inverter. And then we're going ahead and improving the components that are in the coach. It'll be a Truma variable speed air conditioner, super quiet, super efficient. It'll allow you to run that off the battery and the inverter system. Also our Truma hot water variable heat system and the Truma furnace system. We've also included a shower miser system that's a recirculation process to avoid wasting water. I did fail to mention that we do also include 190 watt solar panels as well. So that's the Flex package on the Micro Series. The Micro Series has been around a long time. What's great about the Micro Series is 7 foot wide, but all big features. Big microwave, big sinks, big refrigerators, torsion axles. It's on a 4.5 inch lid.
Those have torsion axles?
It does, yep.
Oh
yep.
man,
So
and if you don't know what that is, instead of having those leaf springs, it actually, each axle has its own, I don't think that's how it goes. Yeah, like that.
Yep.
It'll go like that.
Yep.
I don't know, you'll edit it out.
Yeah.
But anyways, nice and big tires. You know, see, I'm not from Winnebago and I'm not a salesperson, so here's how I'll explain it. Look at those big tires. That is awesome. So this is made to go off-road.
Yes.
Yeah, this is definitely an off-road BLM land. You go out and
Moab, Zion, anywhere in Colorado.
if you're in Phoenix, you can go up and pretty much anywhere in Sedona, K-Bob, all that stuff, and just make it there without worrying about hitting the bottom.
Yep.
You know, I had an RV that we would drag places.
Yeah.
I think this is the best way of putting it.
Right.
So what else? I mean, for that price point, that's pretty amazing that it actually comes with all this stuff. Because when you look at how much it costs to get everything incorporated, the solar, the inverters, charge controllers, all that stuff, it usually ends up costing a lot more.
It does. So we did a lot of market research as we wanted to bring the Flex to market. We had gotten a lot of input from micro mini owners because it's a bit of a cult following over here, and they were doing things like adding the lithium batteries and adding the inverters, and what they were finding is the expense of it. One, you have to pay that cash out of pocket, right? Cannot finance it, and 2, it's not warranted by the factory, right? So with our buying power to buy these components, you know, in bulk, and then also reducing the cost of installation by doing it on the line rather than aftermarket. Also, you're not throwing away components that it came from the factory, right? So we're able to reduce the cost of the total system, plus factory warranty it, plus now you can also finance it.
That's a good point. You're not buying things twice. You know, you're not buying a standard charger converter and lead acid batteries, throwing those away and getting into lithium in a
air conditioners, hot water heaters, furnaces.
Or having to add like soft starts to your typical air conditioner that hits, you know, draws the amps up.
Right.
So we all know that things change, you know, especially when it comes to like supply chain and everything. But right now we're looking at Go Solar panels and Xantrex inverters.
Yes.
And now, is that inverter whole house?
It is.
It is whole house.
Whole house.
All right, so one of the first things that when people that have never been in an RV, they get in their Class A and they take off. But before, everything works when they're getting their walkthrough. You know, mama's got her laptop, everything's charged and everything's great, but when you disconnect and you go down the road, the lights work, but the laptop doesn't charge anymore.
And the one's in outlet.
You know, it's like, I just spent $100,000 on this thing. Why is the electrical broken already? But it's not. It's just the 120 volt is different than the 12 volt. But when you have the inverter running whole house, that means when the inverter's on, everything works, which is such a answer to a headache that a lot of people have. So
we had the benefit of having our B-Van segment go out in front of us and work these systems into their platforms for years. And Winnebago Motorized has done a great job. I mean, it's one of the top sellers, if not the top, well, it is the top selling B-Van on the market. And so our B-Van guys got with our towable production managers and started bringing in over those components.
Said, hey guys, check this out.
Right, exactly.
Look what we can do.
Exactly. So hey, trick out our ride.
Right. So this is our pimped Mini Flex. Now the battery is made by Lithionics, and I think we said it's a Xantrex
inverter.
And you got a controller. So let's
Go Polar or Go Power.
Say that 5 times real quick.
Right.
Ready?
Go Power Solar.
Go Power Solar, yeah. And we love Go Power. Those are great people, our neighbors up north.
Yep,
so
that's right.
All right, so is there anything, like if I came up to you and said, all right, I want to off-grid, I want to be able to pack a couple dogs, my wife, kids, go out and have a great time. What's the number one thing you think this thing can offer for somebody that really has no experience, but now it has all this technology packed in?
Well, ease of towability and lightweight is where this started, right? So the Micro Series was given birth based off of small SUVs with 5,000-pound tow capacities, right? But it's changed and evolved so much because there's a significant amount of folks that have higher tow capacities than 5,000 pounds that really, we found, just want something that doesn't require mirror extensions to see around, right? Doesn't take up 75% of their tow capability, right? So they know that they're going to be able to get up that grade in Colorado. They're not going to have to burn up, at 6 miles to the gallon on their fuel economy.
Which he's telling the truth.
Right. And so
I get that now in my 250.
Exactly. Yeah. And so what ends up happening is, there's a smaller package, but the camping goes on out here. Right? That's where the camping goes on.
It's supposed to.
But we have a very functional bathroom. We have a very functional kitchen. When you get a chance to go in there, look at that sink. Look at the size of the refrigerator, right? And the floor plan is smart. There's doors and drawers everywhere that it can be put there. They're overlaid cabinets with hidden hinges. So we didn't go cheap on your cabinetry. We went nice on the materials on our couches with Euro stitching. It's got a really, really good look inside. It's light colored wood, so it feels bigger than it really is. You get dark colored wood in a small package, and it just feels like a coffin.
Lately it seems like every RV designer has been stuck in the 80s. It's like awesome.
Yeah.
The first thing that my wife did when we bought each RV we've purchased is rip everything out and start over.
Change the
and as you know, and I know today you can't talk about man code, but man code means you wear it out first, then you replace it. Exactly. It was totally going against everything I believed in. But in here, it looks nice. I think she would actually like this. And it looks like every square inch is taken up with usable space. So Garrett, why don't you roll the music and get on in there and let's check this thing out. That is freaking awesome. All right, what else do we got to go see?
So we build a traditional 8-wide Mini series as well. So
8-wide and Mini doesn't seem to go together. We got to go check this out.
Absolutely.
Let's go. Come on. Did you turn it off? You got to walk with us a little bit. Is this it here?
Yeah, so this is our Mini Series 2529 RG. And again, like I said, this is your traditional 8-wide segment.
I like this already. This is not your traditional little trailer.
It's a rear galley. So one of the things that Winnebago Towables is trying to move to is how we model our, or actually label our models. So this trailer is a, here, let me see if I can move that for you. 2529 RG, 25-foot box, 29 overall length, rear galley. So it's actually self-explanatory instead of being a mystery.
We've got, it says go power solar on board.
So
is that pre-wired?
No, it's actually installed. So standard with all Winnebago products, even without being in the Flex series, you're going to get 190 watts of solar with a 30 amp charge port. So if you wanted to buy just a mini or a micro and add the Lithionics battery and not go as far as the other systems that we do, you could do that aftermarket.
So, all right, so that's really cool, because viewers, if you don't know this, a lot of trailers that come with lead acid batteries, the charge controller doesn't have the right voltage to actually charge a lithium battery.
A lot of times it'll be a 10 amp.
Yeah, so you actually need to get to what, 14? Well, the voltage, 14, I think 14. Yeah. So you would have to change the converter out, and a lot of times they're combo units, so now you're buying more equipment. So this actually comes with a converter that can charge lithium down the road, and nice thing about lithium is you can keep adding them.
Yep.
You know?
You can make that system big.
Yeah, so that's great. So tell us more. This is awesome so far.
Before we even go inside, I like to point out this is a dual entry coach, right? It's going to be, now this will be a leaf spring system because this is a highway cruiser.
Sure. Right?
So this is a park model, not that you couldn't dry camp in it, but it's really, the intention for it is to set you up in the parks, right? My favorite thing about the mini series that we're doing, whether it's the 2529 RG or any of our other floor plans, is our air conditioning system. We've gone ahead and gone to a dual AC system, which isn't typical in bumper pools until you get up over 30 feet, but we're also doing it with 30 amp service. And the way that we're able to do that is we've included an energy management system. And as you know, energy management systems are not new technology. They've been around a long time, but we're the first ones to bring it from the big high-end fifth wheel segments and the high-end motorhome segments down into an affordable price point.
So it'll stagger how they start?
It's load shedding, right? So you turn the microwave on, it's going to kick that front air off, or at least the compressor.
Well, a lot of times without the energy management system, it would do that anyways, but
yeah, but with the circuit
not
breaker.
On purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so and it's nice to be able to go to a 30 amp circuit on a bumper pull, because 50 amps aren't as prevalent. They're more expensive. A lot of times the parks are reserving them for the big fifth wheels and the big motorhomes. So I just think it's a pretty smart system that they're doing on these.
No, I think that is smart. And I love how it's ducted air.
It'll be single ducted and then drop down air in the front.
Okay.
213.5, so you're getting 27,000 BTUs total.
That's a lot for this size rig.
It is. It is.
So there's a lot of people in there, but I'm gonna go in and just hear the audio. All right, so there's a bed here that comes down. So it's normally not like this. It's normally like this. Well, this is really cool.
This slide is out. They have two slides.
Well, I have
that is a monster slide. It's basically a spaceship that you can live in, but not fly. So that's really cool. But look at the size of this awning here. That's amazing. So I mean, this is huge. This is big. All right, so for all you full-time families with pets, I believe this is the one we've been waiting for. This is the Boondock. Actually, I have no idea what this is, but it's like a really cool teardrop. You got your kitchen outside. If it rains, you just kind of stand under here. You do your thing. Hopefully not a lot of things, because there's two burners. Yeah, oh, and a microwave. Check that out. That's kind of cool. And a cooler. So there's your refrigerator. You know, what refrigerator can you carry on your back? We say this one. This is the one you can carry on your back. But no, all joking aside, this is kind of cool if you want something, if you're just gonna hang out, go hunting, or you just want to get away for a little bit. So you got two beds, a little window shaker in there, which is kind of cool. I like that. That's kind of cool. So far, this has been the coolest thing that I've seen at the show to date, except for those slide out rails. I'm on the fence on that still, but this is kind of neat. But it also has up front here, we've got some storage. This is probably, I don't know if this is gonna have a tank because there's not much in there, but you can put a tank in there, and it looks like a battery would go in there. You got a battery shut off, and then you got a little thing that you can open up. So if you get close enough to like a lake, you could actually go fishing out the front window. I believe that's why this was designed. Not 100% sure, but I'm gonna go with that. All right, so over here we have the massage chairs that I'm not sure if you can fit them in your rig, but if you could, that would be awesome. So as you can see, when you're at these shows, it just goes on forever and ever and ever. And this isn't really a huge one. There's larger ones. Am I talking into my mic? But it's like you can get lost in a sea of RVs. Let's get out of this lane. But everybody, is it still going? Everybody has got these crazy show prices, and right now, with the way the state of the world is, and I'm sure you guys know all about that. I mean, show prices are sometimes ridiculous. Now, one thing I'm noticing this year is everybody is going to solar. It seems like one person did it, now everybody else is jumping on the bandwagon. Hey, look at this. We have an nrvia inspector here in the house. What in the world are you doing here?
Looking at the new RV, seeing the different trends, and then I'm going to go over and talk to Terry at the booth and maybe hand out some cards and try to get some business.
That's awesome. So as an nrvia inspector, you're trying to see what's coming out.
Absolutely, to see what if there's something that I'm not trained up on, make sure I can get history on it, figure out how it works, and see if there's something new that I need to make sure my customers know what they're buying.
So NRVA inspectors are out there doing the research, and we caught one in the wild. You want to give the name of your business and where we can find you?
HappyTrailsRV.net. Randy Hancock, just starting business, looking forward to helping everybody out buy a new RV.
Yep, and if you want to find a NRVIA inspector near you, go to nrvia.org/locate. Garrett's going to put that on the bottom right here, right? And put in your zip code and you'll find one near you. But check him out, man. He's doing the work. He's out here researching. He is figuring out. He's crawling underneath these rigs. I think he was on the roof. Weren't you almost kicked out?
Yeah, they wouldn't let me on the roof, but I have seen some sumo springs from the factory, which I thought was quite interesting on a fifth wheel.
You know what I'm seeing a lot of is a lot of additional solar stuff and lithium
Absolutely,
batteries.
yeah.
They're waking up. Now the interiors, they started going from 1980s chic to almost, they're about 1998 now.
Yeah, they're getting there. A few rigs
But
are up to snuff.
It's nice to see some of the solar stuff.
It is. They're not up to Todd's level by any means. But
no, Todd's level is ridiculous. He put Chernobyl in the front of his RV, so
yeah,
which is
it's not going to make your hair raise when you go by, but there are some.
No, but you'll definitely be sterile if you walk by it.
True.
So, all right. Well, hey, it's great seeing you again, man. Take care.
Join us next week when we sit down with Alliance RV and we talk finance with one of the top gurus from McLean's RV.